All right, so you've had your time to think about it. What was the first car you ever owned?
Oh,
Do you think you can name them in chronological order? Or close to it?
Yes and yes.
well,
I got my money on Grandpa.
I'm betting on him too.
1936 Ford,
The first one?
and that would have been, when I was a sophomore in college, that would have been 1941. No, 1940-41, first year of college. 1941 is when I enlisted in the after December 7, of course. So that was in 1936, my first owned car. Then the next one was, when I got back from the war, was 1941 model, but bought in 1946. And I didn't get to finish this. I told you I bought this 1941 Ford, and then after being home 1 week, and so I was making a trip back to Leota to see Melba, and that's when I had the wreck. And the other part of that story was that I called my folks, of course, and talked to them, told them to come and get me. And and I did talk to my mother, and she didn't believe, when she drove by, the wreck was still there, to come and to get me in Leota. And she actually swore up and down to my father that I couldn't have lived after that. And so she was most pacified when they picked me up. So the upshot of that car was that I had a $10 deductible. $10 deductible, and I got $990 back from the insurance company. Then
What was the 1936? What kind of car was that?
Ford,
A Ford?
yeah.
I'm going to throw a wrench in the gears. Do you remember the colors?
Well, I
would guess if you remember the year and the model, you probably remember the color.
yeah, the old 1936 Ford was an old navy blue color, and then the 1941, that was the first car, and then the one I bought in Dodge City, coming home from the Army, was white. And then shortly after that, when I told you it was destroyed, and I searched a little bit and came up lucky with a dark green 4-door Chevrolet 1942 model, one of the last ones made before the war. That was 1942 and model, but see, I bought it in 1946 after I'd also bought the 1941 Ford.
And totaled it, yeah.
And totaled it. And then I got this nice, some little old lady had it or something. Anyhow, I think I found it in Plains. And then in 1942, with my dad's help, I hadn't saved enough money, of course, being overseas. Didn't get paid very much. And I traded that in on a new 1933 light green Chrysler Newport.
I'm not familiar with that one.
I didn't know
Oh,
you
yeah.
ever had a
The
Newport.
Newports were still
32
around
Newport. I've never.
when I was a kid.
Yeah, Newport, New Yorkers.
Mhm.
2 statuses on that. And then after we had gotten our masters and I was teaching in Leavenworth, they advertised a new Chrysler. This was 1940. Oh, no, 1951, the year Craig was born. When Melba was pregnant with Craig, I also ordered this new Chrysler coming out, a V8 Chrysler engine. They'd always had 6 cylinders straight in. And the 1941 Newport, I saw some pictures of that now. And so
41 or 51?
51,
51.
the unit from Georgia. Who ever heard of Georgia at that time?
So Melba kept driving that car while you were gone then?
Yeah. And so then when I came back and we got established, yeah, I took it and went to, and we didn't have a second car then, but I took it with my things that I was moving and I was going to find us a place to live. I didn't know how long I'd be in Sparta, Wisconsin. Fortunately, not very long, but long enough that circumstances were after, in the 3rd week of July, I got word that my father was dying. He was in the hospital at Liberal and so forth.
When it rains, it pours, huh? Gosh.
Anyhow, so I took quick leave and headed that car back to by Beeler to pick up Melba and on to Liberal, Kansas. And as I remember, I think this is right, that was a 1,000-mile trip that I made in 17 hours.
Wow.
And I came down through Nebraska and straight down to Scott City, Beeler, picked up Melba, and
I'm sure there were no interstates at this time.
no, not at that time. And it was the most foolish thing, one of the foolish things I did. Sometimes I hit 100 miles an hour in those days, and you know how dangerous that would be.
Yes.
How
But I
fast?
made it, and
100 miles an hour?
I didn't know the cars would go that fast back then.
this is
I bet
this.
they went faster then than they do now.
This is
No governors.
the car was just well broken in, and so it took it, and then stopped and got Melba, and we have a treasured picture someplace of Craig sitting on my dad's chest just before he died.
Oh, wow.
And I did make it to say something to Dad. I don't remember what I did, but he died just very quickly, as they said he would.
And then you had to go back immediately, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did Mother take you and then bring the car back?
Well,
At some point, she took you to Wisconsin because that's when she thought she lost Craig, because he was in the back seat and she had to slam on the brakes and she turned around and couldn't find Craig and he had rolled under the front seat and she had to get out and go to the back seat to get him out.
And he was how old?
in my career at Salina, I got another 1963 station wagon, a brown car, Chrysler. No, Yeah, or Chrysler.
Yeah, it was Chrysler.
That was the first of my real station wagons in Chrysler. So,
And don't forget the next important automobile you got.
well, when I got a second car, you mean a little black coupe?
Mm-mm. A green Plymouth
Oh,
with the can opener side that we took to Georgia in 1964.
well, I had a black coupe before that.
Oh, you
Was
did?
my car
Oh.
going back and forth to school. Neville was still driving the Chrysler whenever he had to do something with your kids, lessons or whatever. And then I had
So what kind of coupe was it?
Model A Ford.
What?
It was old,
Yeah, what year would that have been?
well, 1929, something like that.
You bought that in 1963?
Yeah, I think so.
A Model A Ford
Yeah,
in 1963?
yeah.
No. Really? I don't remember that at all.
Well, it was a coupe that was unusual at that time. Had space in the back of the driver's and passenger's seat. There was still room for a kid to be in the back, but I could carry music instruments and so forth besides having a coupe.
Where's Craig?
Interesting.
I'm up here.
I
I can actually hear better up here because just
And what year did you say you thought the coupe was? A
28?
1920, 29?
Surely it wasn't that old. That would have been 48
Maybe like
years or
A
something.
collector's item, I guess.
Well, it was old.
Okay. I just don't remember
Model,
that at all.
Model A's came out in the early 30s. Model A's came out in the,
Did they? I thought they were in the late 20s.
Craig, do you remember that?
what, that car?
Yeah,
I think it was a 39.
a 39.
It's still pretty old.
Yeah.
Almost
well, I
Ours-
guess I stand corrected.
Our
on
second
that.
cars were not the top.
Black anyhow.
Uh-huh.
And then that's when I had a chance to get that.
Plymouth.
Plymouth
Yeah, what
was
year?
green, two-tone green,
Two-door.
and it was owned by an old man who had, driving into his garage, had hit one of the bars.
It was just like a can opener on the side. A huge can opener, just all the way down. It was so embarrassing.
What year is your Plymouth?
That Plymouth,
50-something.
Which car was it that you painted the white walls on?
Wait, let's get the year on this one first.
oh, that was 1936. I mean, that was,
50. Was it a 58 Plymouth? Oh, we may have stumped him. I don't know, but we can move on.
But
no,
yeah, he'll get it. It's there.
that would have been a 1958 model. Four-door,
I thought it was two-door.
no,
No? It was just so embarrassing.
Ford 1959.
So then what did we get when we got to Georgia? Oh, the Dodge Coronet.
Those are cool cars.
Oh,
man.
that yellow Dodge Coronet. It was pale yellow.
cream,
Cream, yes. I call it
1968.
as square could be. Oh, yes. He was always the first one on the lot.
I bet, yeah, I bet
But
that's
it was
right.
71.
Yep. All right, moving on. We got that settled now.